What mods did you put in this thing?
It's got an unlocked PCM running a 93 octane tune, which is just the Legmaker can tune right now. It's running the Legmaker cold air intake and the full Corsa catback exhaust. So I'd like to think it's probably doing about 750 crank right now, 775, just I guess depending on what power.
Have you had a
it's
chance
making.
to dyno it?
No, not yet, but I'm going to tune it and do a pulley soon.
Okay.
Nothing beats that.
Let's get that air up. It's a nice heater, a nice heat. Beautiful heat.
Oh yeah, got a
Oh, you're low too, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, that's one thing you got to get used to when you have SRT is that low fuel light. Oh, you use your. I noticed you use your parking brake.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, is it because you're like used to the manual?
Yeah, it's because mainly because of the fact that I used to drive a stick with the Mustang and the BMW, and I really don't trust it on the transmission. It's a little trick I always tell you: put the car in neutral, and then after you put the car in neutral, put the e-brake on, let all the weight go against your e-brake, put it in park, and then your transmission's not working. It saves your transmission. I'd rather replace my brakes than my transmission, I'll tell you what. But yeah, I got big truck driving my Hellcat, and I was driving his SRT, so we're doing a swap-a-roo today, just making videos for you guys, and of course, you know, if he gets his Trackhawk or if I get a Trackhawk, we're definitely gonna be doing like crazy videos. Oh, yeah. It's gonna get real fun. And he drove it once before, but now he gets to drive it again and enjoy it. The Hellcat.
Well, not in the rain.
Not in the rain, because you really couldn't drive it in the rain, but this has got so much power that there goes the Cadillac right there we were talking about.
That's the Impala.
Oh, is it?
That's the Impala right
Oh,
there.
no, one that passed that way. CTSV went that way, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But this has got so much power, it's only got the 275s on it. It was burning out in third gear. What do you think of that, huh?
No, well, cause just like when I bought mine, it's like I just love that sound. I just love that sound. The CTSV.
Oh, yeah.
CTSV Coupe has a supercharger, but it's not like this.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. It doesn't have. Wow.
Yeah, the brakes.
What did you get? New brakes or something?
Yeah, they're brand new.
Jesus.
Brand new pads, brand new rotors.
I stepped on the thing. I thought.
They got replaced under warranty because they were squealing. So I got brand new pads and rotors in the front and the rear.
You get the dealer OEMs, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything is OEM factory warranted. It's all Hellcat Charger parts and SRT.
Yeah, I stick with OEM because it's like, despite the brake dust, it's like I just like to know that they'll never be able to say, oh yeah, well you should have gotten it from us, and now it's not covered.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I don't want any of that. I don't want any shenanigans.
Yeah, no, I definitely, when I mod this car, pulley, tune, intake, header, exhaust, stuff like that, but I would never mess with the brakes. It's going to stay factory. Anything that isn't bolt-on or a tune, it's factory. I don't even know if I'd even cam the car. I don't know.
No,
Maybe.
I wouldn't. Camming the car, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
The basics are fine, like your exhaust, your intake, that's just basic stuff. But it's a really fun car to drive. If you guys haven't driven a Hellcat, I recommend going for a test drive in one. I also, did you see this one, Big Chuck? Turn the light on so that your subscribers
That's
can
the
see.
thing. They'll never let them test drive this. They'll never let you test drive.
Really?
SRT in general, they refuse to let you test drive them unless they know they got a sale.
Oh,
because
yeah.
there's so many people. Oh yeah, well I'm interested in all
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
And now unless if it's used, maybe. If
Yep.
it's brand new, they'll never let you they won't let you touch them.
Well, on the 17 Chargers, they added the red Hellcat SRT stamp for the passenger side of the dashboard. Anything before 2017, like my 16, didn't have it. My 16 said Charger right here, which was the same that you find in the base Charger, which I thought was pretty whack, considering I paid for a Hellcat and mine just says Charger. So I went out and bought this right here and added it on from the dealer. It cost me $50, but it's the one that comes in the 17 and it actually says SRT, so I thought that was pretty cool. Just to make the trim better where it should be, because let's face it, you don't want the basic Charger badge over here because that comes in the $30,000 Charger. You buy a Hellcat, it should say SRT.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't do it originally, but they did change it.
But see, that's the thing. A lot of the stuff with the Dodge product, it's like I don't know if it's ideas that come later. Because if you remember, in the very beginning when they first brought these cars out, the Challenger Hellcat, there was no Hellcat badge. It said supercharged on the side of the Challenger Hellcat. If you remember that, and if you look at Jay Leno's video of him driving it, it actually says that on the side. It only said supercharged. But then they came back and it's like, okay, we're going to put the cat badge on it. Which that helped, I think, sell this car.
Yeah, Tim Kuniskis said something about that. He said originally the Hellcat was the name of the engine. Eventually we changed it to the name of the car.
Engine, yeah.
So maybe they didn't have time to switch the badge out on the dash because they'd already built so many units and were already under production. So that's why the 17 got the SRT Hellcat badge over here on the dashboard. I guess that makes sense. Total sense. But I just love... the one thing I don't like about the SRT, but also like, it's kind of like a oxymoron, I like and dislike at the same time, is that if you want your exhaust flaps wide open, you have to go to track mode as it's automatically controlled. Oh yeah, gotta love that supercharger whine.
And then the wind down of the transmission.
Oh yeah.
I no matter which car you have, if you have the 8 speeds, you always hear the step down of the transmission. It's just flawless. You don't feel anything. It's just amazing.
Like, what car are you going to get that's under $75,000, gives you full control of the car, rides this good, handles this good, sounds this good, brakes amazing, and has over 700 horsepower, and you got a warranty on top? They actually warranty this kind of thing.
It's amazing.
It's like a warranted factory race car, and you get 5-year 50,000 on the powertrain or 3-year 36 bumper to bumper. Like, just think about the fact that Dodge gives you 700 horsepower and they're even willing to back that under warranty. Now, if you are putting a pulley on there and you're pinning your crank and you're putting a cam and you're making 1,000 horsepower and the engine blows, you don't have anybody to blame but yourself. That's not Dodge's fault, but I mean, the chances of you blowing an engine with less than 1,200 wheel, as long as your tuner is competent, like Josh at HHP, you're going over to Tim Barth Tuning in Illinois, or you're going to go over to AJ at Hemi Tuner. If you've got a really good tuner, you're probably not going to even have issues even at 1,200 horsepower, because when they built this engine, I think Tim Barth said it best when he said he tuned them and they didn't start throwing rods till 1,300, yet the car only came with 700. So they built it to handle 13, but only gave you 7. That's why they're able to give you a warranty, because the engine has been over-beefed.
Right.
So they knew people were going to build it more beyond 7. I know guys that are running tracks all day with this car, making 800-900 wheel all day long, have 30,000 miles, now have one engine problem because they built this engine to last. Yep. Like
that's typically how it is.
Yeah.
You know what? And that reminds me, arguments that I used to have with people about the Bugatti Veyron.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, when they build it, like, they were like, oh yeah, well, the Hennessy Venom GT only needs this much power to go 200. And I'm like, no, listen, you're missing the point. The reason why that thing is a 16-cylinder with 4 turbochargers is for engine longevity, as much as performance. Yeah, they could probably make it 2,000 horsepower.
Yep.
Thing about it is, it's not going to last that long at 2,000 horsepower, even if you are paying $3 million for it.
Yep.
So what they're doing is they're building an engine that they know will never break down, and then down-tuning it and saying, okay, we're going to sell you 1,500 horsepower or whatever.
Right.
But you'll never have to worry about that engine ever blowing out.
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody's modding those things.
Yeah, no.
You're not going to mod quad turbos. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, no.
You know, and you can be assured that that car will literally last forever.
I'm willing to bet the Demon could probably take 1,500 with no problem.
Probably easily.
Right.
The thing about the Demon, that launch control system puts so much stress on those drivetrains and everything, that you know that drivetrain had to be overdone just to ensure that constant launching would, and it was designed for constant launching.
Absolutely.
And if it was designed for constant launching, you have to assume that the testing required them to do constant launching with that Demon.
Oh yeah.
So that means that they tested that thing to say, we can launch this car over and over and over and over, and you will never have to worry about that car breaking down ever.
Oh, exactly. You always want to go with something. Yeah. Now that is epic. Oh.
Yeah, that thing sounds great, man.
It sounds awesome.
It sounds so much better than mine. And you changed the exhaust too.
You got a Corsa exhaust. Yep.
Yeah, the Corsa exhaust. I don't do the mods, but yeah, I like the way
you
it
can
sounds.
make a U-turn here too.
Incredible.
At the next light.
If I were to build one of these things from the make a U-turn here,
you can actually turn left up here at this light. Yep. This is the one spot you can turn left.
If I were to build one of these cars like myself and put my mods in it, any mod idea I could think of, either a Corsa or a Borla, definitely. I'd probably do a Mopar. I like to stick with the OEM, but I'd probably do a Mopar cold air intake.
Yep.
And other than that, I think I'd get a radar detector built in and everything. But let's see what happens with the wide body. Let's see what happens
Yeah.
with the wide body Charger.
If I tell you what, they drop the wide body Charger at the auto show next month, like they should, or the new Ram, I may just get one of those instead of the GT500. I'll have to make an apology video. But if Dodge comes back with something better than the GT500, then that's what I'm going to get. I've been eyeballing the Trackhawk for a while. I've just been having to make a decision because I love cars, and there's been 2 or 3 that I like. And so we'll see what Dodge does. But I love the Charger, and I think if I had to get rid of the Charger or the, Integra, I probably would get rid of the Integra. Even though I love the Integra, and it's one of my dream cars, and it's very rare, I absolutely love the Charger. I just don't know if I have it in me to sell the Charger.
And I'll tell you, I personally, and I've said this a million times, I personally love the 300.
Yeah.
I wear like black suits all the time.
Yeah,
I have a nice black 300. Now, if I were to get it again, I'd probably get silver this time, or the dark blue, the jazz blue.
Yeah, that's a really nice color, jazz blue.
I wouldn't want to buy another 300 unless it was a Hellcat 300.
Right.
So the problem is, I feel like they've just, they just said, oh yeah, well, you'll just have to stick with the Dodge, and I like the Charger too. It's just that I really like that 300. I love the way the 300 looks. I absolutely love it. It looks elegant.
No, the 300 is
like the Charger looks fast. It looks like a beast. It looks like a monster. But the 300s look elegant, and that's what I like about it. It's like being a bully with a black tie.
Yeah,
I like.
No, it's just Dodge's lineup is looking good if they really sit there and think about what they've achieved.
And I'm allowed to make a complete U right here.
You could. I'll probably pull into the gas station. I'll put $10 in this so we don't run out.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
On my way home, I'll probably stop by BP right here.
See, like that Civic right there in the SI, the EM1, that was a great little Honda Civic back in the day. You could get them, right now for probably $3,000-$4,000. But when I look back at those days, kids drive those cars. I still enjoy them. I really enjoy Honda Civics like that. But when you think about the big boys, big toys, 700 horsepower versus 200 or 160.
And the Honda Civic costs like half what one of these is, right?
Yeah, like that. When that one came out brand new, I think it was like 20 grand.
Okay.
But back in the day, it was great. I mean, I still love Hondas, but to me, the only way to buy a Honda is a Type R.
Do you know how many bullies I got on my YouTube? Oh yeah, Type R will smoke your Hellcat, it'll smoke your Jeep. And I'm like,
what?
Are you serious?
What?
Did Forza allow you to have 1,000 horsepower Civics now? It's like, come on, man, really? It's like, I can't believe you're saying that. I can't even believe you're saying that. We get the window down, you get that sound. I'll turn the heat off.
Oh, yikes. Now that is epic.
So you're doing burnouts in motion.
Yeah, burnouts in motion. That's scary. We could crash. Big truck getting it. Big truck getting it in the Hellcat. Oh, my God.
A little to the left.
Whoa.
It's a little to the left. Now see, had that been a Mustang, I would have hit a crowd. I would have hit some unsuspecting crowd somewhere.
That's why I've been hesitant to talk about Mustangs, because they always talk about hitting crowds.
That's all they do. Killing innocent children in crowds. I don't know what that's about. Man, I tell you, yeah.
Big truck's getting it. He's getting it in the Hellcat. This is awesome, though. Hey, what sedan can you get? Like, even at that note right there, tell me the highest horsepower sedans in the world. You got the M5, the E63, you got the SLS AMG, you got...
I mean, and the BMWs, what I love making fun of, the BMWs, they went through this situation where their cars had almost no sound, and they had to have simulated engine noise come through the speakers. I'm like, you're playing engine notes through the speakers. It's like, are you kidding? Like, really, are you kidding? That's like, imagine this. Imagine a Tesla Model S. Imagine a Tesla Model S has a big speaker.
Right.
And in the roof or something, and it's playing an engine note as it passes by. It's like, that's just sad.
Just like the Mustang.
That's just sad.
100% fact, the Mustang GT, the 5.0, the new one, they actually have one of those little tubes that goes from the intake piping
just so you can hear
to
it.
the inside of the cabin so you can hear it, whereas with a Hellcat, we have to spend money to sound deaden the cabin because the supercharger's too loud.
And that was another thing that bothered me about the Trackhawk. They specifically made an oversized muffler system. And I heard that they used part of the Durango's muffler system, but they made it quieter.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, why would you do that?
See, there's an Explorer right there. See it, stop. There we go.
Oh, your camera stopped. It's like, why would you make it quieter? The reason why you pay $100,000 was so it's as loud as possible.
He died. That's fine though. Because I got my GoPro, I can put I'll do my goodbyes on the GoPro. Thank God I got 2 cameras.
Yeah.
And I got my phone. So that's why guys like us always got to be prepared.
Yeah. Well, me, I get my Mophie. I have my my iPhone wire. When I go to New York International Auto Show, I have my Mophie in my pocket, the iPhone wire.
Nice.
And I can record for 10 hours straight if I want.
Nice.
With that, and when they make a 512 gigabyte iPhone with the 4K, it's like I'll be even twice as I'll be able to record for like 20 hours. You know, that would
Nice.
it would be crazy.
Yeah, and then driving, and then you see how fast it is with the Hellcat. Now when he's driving normally, we're just in traffic, and the car rides like a regular sedan, and it looks all tame. And if I didn't have all the carbon fiber on the car, no one would really, you know, if they didn't know anything about cars, they wouldn't know that it was a Hellcat. Like, look at this. I hate that. When they drag things between the back of the bumper.
I always expect something to snag on that and then to rip the bumper off.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
There's just certain things I just don't do. It's like,
Yeah, you just don't do it.
it's just straight. Yeah, these guys are so aggressive.
Yeah, they drive like that because they see the
That's
Hellcat.
a Volkswagen, isn't it?
That was a Kia, and the one in front was a BMW.
Oh my God, the Kias are threatening me. Wow.
Yeah, no.
Usually it's a GTI. Usually if a GTI spots me in traffic, no matter what if it says SRT on the back, the GTI is gonna fight me and race me.
Yep.
I'm supposed to be in the left.
Yep, you don't got to turn yet, though. You're about 3 lights out.
Oh.
But you're eventually going to have to get in the left lane, yeah. But the thing is, you know, a lot of people say, oh, the Hellcat's only good for burning out because they gave you 275s. Yeah, they did. The 275s were mainly there for all season, and no manufacturer of tires makes a tire bigger than 275 in mass production, and they needed mass production tires. They also needed to get the Hellcat over 200 miles an hour, and you can't do that with a 315. However, other than that, if you put 315s, which I have, which are going on in 2 weeks, I don't even burn out in first gear. I can get all power. It feels like you're in a rocket ship. With 315s, with sticky 315s, you're good. And see, there's a CTS-V right there.
Wow.
And or maybe it's not a CTS.
That's a regular one. You could see his
Okay.
tailpipes are triangular.
Yeah.
If they were circles, that would be a CTS-V.
Now, the sad part about this is that car right there, brand new, is a 3.6, and it's probably close to Hellcat pricing and only has, what, like 400 horsepower, 3-something?
They don't sell CTS-V coupes anymore. They have the ATS-V coupe.
Okay.
They don't have CTS-V coupes anymore, but the CTS-V is a 4-door, and it's $100,000. It's like $105,000.
Oh, God.
So you're talking about Trackhawk money for a slower car.
Yeah.
Technically, it's a slower car, and then it's, you know, it doesn't give you the SUV perform, and it doesn't have all-wheel drive.
Now, don't forget about what all the trolls are going to say, but the quality with
Trolls
Chrysler's
know-
not
see,
good.
I don't lie, and I don't clickbait them. They know I'm going to tell them what it is, and then I'm going to leave it on them to try to prove me wrong. But they can't prove me wrong.
There's a $70,000 Mercedes sedan right there.
Which one's that, AMG?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that thing right there.
That one's old. That's a 2009 or something. That's
turn left
that's
at
the
these
last
lights.
generation.
Yeah, and the thing is that Mercedes sedan right there is priced where a Hellcat is and has 200 less horsepower or more. Could be 250 less. So that's the way it goes, you know, with money. But Mercedes make a great car. I mean, it's just that you're not going to get this kind of power for this kind of price, and that's what I love about Dodge. And look at the gauges here. Look at how in depth it is with the SRT pages. It also shows the intake temperature, so that big truck knows how hot he's running. So a guy rolls up, wants to race, they're going to get a little airflow before they go. Going to run 20, 30 mile an hour, maybe drop low. He'll know if he's capable of getting all his power because he's got gauges telling him everything. Timers here, your best time, the current that you're running, last, you can save it. You got all your digital gauges right here. And this comes standard in a Hellcat. Good luck getting this kind of stuff in an M5. I mean, if you do, it's going to cost you a pretty penny to add this kind of stuff back in.
You'd be well over 140.
Yeah, you just everything. You got your boost right here, shows the RPM, speedometer, horsepower, and torque, what gear he's in. Like, SRT pages are the best performance pages I've ever seen. In fact, every time I get in an Explorer or Tahoe, even the ones that are like RST or whatnot, they have no performance pages, no launch control. I mean, I reviewed Tahoe a while back, and I've also reviewed the GMC Yukon, and my wife's got an Explorer. My mom's got an Explorer EcoBoost. It's the Sport top model, even the Platinum. There's no pages for any of that stuff. Dodge gives you performance control over the vehicle.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable what Dodge is doing, because then their TA Challenger has something called Dodge Performance Control. It's not an SRT, but what did they do? They gave you SRT compatible stuff without the name. Since it's not an SRT, SRT would probably say, hey, you know, we're not doing this car. Why are you putting SRT in it? So they did Dodge Performance Control. So they give you control over your vehicle every time. Like, there's just so much stuff that Dodge puts in their vehicles that, you know, that
nobody else thinks to do.
Yeah.
And I have noticed there's a lot of other companies that have started doing telemetry and G-forces and everything. Like, I think even that Kia Stinger, I think they copied a lot of stuff from Dodge. In fact, based upon the way I saw them put it together, it was like, yeah, they had G-forces up here. They had basics on telemetry, and then it also looked like they had copied a lot of Mercedes, like the new C-Class, E-Class, where it's got different colors to tell you different modes and everything.
Yep.
You know, and they cobble it together. I had a lot of people attacking me, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well, you shouldn't say that. It was designed by BMW." And I was like, "Well, listen. All I'm saying is that I like it as a car. It's just that it seemed very, very generic the way it was put together. It's still nice though. I didn't say it wasn't nice. I thought it was nice.
Oh yeah,
but that's my only thing. It's like, yeah, you're giving your customers more, and that's all that matters to me. That you're giving your customers more bang for the buck.
Yeah, it matters to me too, because, you know, you look at it, some people say, hey, you know, Corey, do you hate BMW? Or no, I don't, I had one. And you get an M5, you can get a brand new M5 right now, 550 horse, you get a JB4 Stage 2 piggyback tune, intake and exhaust, catless downpipe. It'll run 650, 675 all day. But now you're running 20 pounds of boost, 22 pounds of boost. We can up it to 700. You could probably get 700 out of an M5. Now what? Now what are you going to do? Now you're tapping the limits of possibly blowing the engine. You're making 700. My Hellcat came with the same 700. Now I can put a pulley, an intake, and a tune. Now I'm doing 900. You lose again. And the M5 is 100,000. The Hellcat 70. So I'm 30,000 less. And even with all those additions that you put in the car with the M5, you're now talking about $110,000, $120,000, $125,000 investment. Whereas me, I've got my Hellcat for 60 grand. I've only got $2,000 in it. I'll put 2 more at the pulley. I've got 65,000 wrapped in this car as of March. As of April or May, I mean, and I'll have 900 horsepower for $65K. And reliable with a warranty, sort of have a warranty, but I won't really need it because the engines are good. Mm-hmm. So there you go. You know, you save 30, 40,000 and have 200-300 more horsepower. So it's up to you. You buy whatever you want, but if you want the most power for the most affordable price with a warranty, Dodge is the only way for that, especially with big cars like sedans and SUVs. That's it. I mean, if you want a minivan, go to Chrysler and get the Pacifica.
Exactly.
I have a funny feeling they're going to put the 5.7 in that.
They're going to make a Pacifica Hellcat.
Yeah, oh my God. Can you imagine a 707 horsepower minivan?
Oh yeah.
In the news. In the news today, a woman has crashed her Pacifica with her 2 children.
She picked her children up very fast.
Yeah, very fast.
Speeding in school zones.
What I would love to see, honestly, is a Chrysler 200. Now, I'm going to go realistic on this one. I'd like to see a Chrysler 200 with a 5.7 Hemi, just 360, 375, or maybe even run the 6.4 at 475 in a Chrysler 200. That would be really
turbocharged 6.
Or a turbocharged 6.
6, yeah.
But Dodge isn't really known for their V6s or for their turbos.
Yeah. Well, their V6, the Pentastar V6 is solid across all their cars.
That's what it was in, 295 horse or 297, something like that.
Yeah, but they, put a turbos or maybe a supercharger on the 6 like Audi does with their, their supercharged 3.0 whatever.
Yep.
It's hard to get excited about those things because their regular cars really aren't that powerful. I drove the Q7, I wasn't that impressed and everything, but Dodge powers their thing, and they can keep attracting you.
Surprisingly, the one sedan besides the CTS-V that can compete, and the one that I like the most, if I was going to go with another sedan, is the Alfa Romeo Giulia with the Quadrifoglio. That's not a bad sedan.
Yeah, for $80,000 or $90,000, it's not.
No, but you know what they should is if they could have priced the Giulia with the Quadrifoglio, if they could have got that down to say $54,995. Oh my God.
I think the Alfa Romeo's biggest problem is really the Charger, because it's basically the same technology. The exterior look is obviously it's obviously Italian, but when the Charger is there and you've got the Hellcat cheaper than a Quadrifoglio, and you can just get so much more out of it, it's a hard choice. But see that Quadrifoglio, it's nice. It is nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's nice.
It's like 505?
But good luck getting an American to put that kind of money into one. Like, you have to be an Alfa Romeo lover
Yeah.
to go after something like that.
Yeah, no, they definitely have a winner there, and there was rumor had it. Now, this is from the rumor mill. A lot of people were saying, the new Durango in 2020 is actually going to have the Quadrifoglio 505. Incorrect. Dodge has already announced and leaked in my previous videos on my channel. You'll see that the 7.0 SRT engine is 100% coming. The 426 Hemi will be the new SRT engine. In 2005, they had a 425 horse 6.1. 2012 was a 6.4 with 485. And now, again, 7-8 years later, 7.0. That's going to be a 426 Hemi making about 550 to 575, probably closer to 575. So now, considering the Jeep is being discontinued as an SRT, only going to go on as a Trackhawk, the Durango is going to get the 575 horse 7.0, making the Durango the fastest SRT version of their SUV lineup. So that's exactly what Dodge wanted. But if you guys want to know about that, the 7.0, what do you think, man, about a 7.0 426 Hemi that's going to have 550, 575 horsepower?
I think your needs gaslight is going to be on a lot.
A lot. But you know what? This is America, and that's what we do. That's what we do. But yeah, that's what's happening, guys. 7.0 SRT engine. It's the 426 Hemi. It's going to be announced at the New York Auto Show or the Detroit Auto Show this time next year. There's going to be a lot more on it. And as of November of 19, going into the 2020, the Durango, the Charger, the Challenger, and the new TRX and the Ram 1500 is going to have it. I got a video going up tonight on my channel. I'm telling Big Truck about it. Maybe he'll talk about it too as well, that they got something really awesome coming on the 1500 Ram. You guys are going to be pretty excited about that. So hopefully he'll do a video on that for you guys as well.
Yeah, when the 1500, I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah.
At the auto show.
Yeah.
A couple of people already videoed, like Patrick Worrell.
Oh, yeah.
He's already videoed like a little bit. I think they're on the gag order until like the 19th or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, no, they can't. Nope. I even just got my pass for the New York Auto Show. They're just finalizing my pass this week.
Oh, you have the press pass?
I have a press pass for backstage. You have one?
No.
You want to get in with me?
Sure.
I'm going to email them right away then.
Oh, yeah, that would be perfect.
I got backstage press pass.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Be perfect.
Yeah, we'll go. I got to go out of town on the 3rd or 4th. So the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, first 3 days, we can light it up.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure if Dodge is going to announce something big, it's going to be the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd day. They're not going to wait till the end of the week.
Yeah,
to do that.
they usually do it in the middle. It's just like with the Trackhawk. They waited.
Yep.
They waited till like I think like close to the start, like 2 days earlier than the start to do their actual reveal. Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Me and Big Truck going to do it up at the New York Auto Show.
That'd be perfect.
See what's going on there. And maybe eventually, maybe I won't get the GT500. Maybe, just maybe, stars may align. I might get a Trackhawk. Maybe you will, and we'll have 2 Trackhawks.
We shall see.
We're going to see what happens. But yeah, it's been fun today. Big Truck driving my Charger Hellcat, and I drove his Jeep SRT, so it's been a fun day. I'm closing out on his channel. We're going to be closing out on my channel when I get my other camera.
All right.
Going to hand it back to Big Truck so we can do his thing.
Okay, yeah, so tune in next time for something new. I don't know what it'll be, but it'll be something new.